Hey dude, what's going on? It's Uncle Tone. How you guys doing? Today I'm going to have my full review for you guys on the Monster Beats by Dr. Dre Beats Pro headphones. I've been getting like a gazillion questions about these, so without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, cool beans guys, here we go with my review on the Beats by Dre Beats Pro headphones. Like I said, I've been getting a million questions about these. The biggest one of which is, are these things really worth $450 or no? Well, they're $399 actually. You can pick these up for $399 at Best Buy. I believe they're $450 on Monster's website. Being in Canada, when I go to Beats by Dre's website, I get redirected to the international site, and because of my IP address, and they still say coming soon because these actually aren't available in Canada yet. I believe they're coming mid-November to Canada. So these aren't here in Canada yet, but I've been told by several other people that they're $450 on Beats by Dre's website, but you can pick these up for $399 at Best Buy, so that is a $50 savings. So are they really worth $400, Tone? Well, I hope to answer that question for you guys in this review. So let's start out with the cable, shall we? We'll start with the cable and then we'll move on to the headphones. The cable is fairly thick. Compared to the studio's cable, it is quite a bit thicker, as you can see, than the studio's cable. This is a good thing and kind of a bad thing. The bad thing is it's kind of thick. But the good thing is, some people don't like really thick headphone cables, but the good thing is this thing will not tangle. I have taken this, gone like this, whipped it into my backpack, left it there for half a day, pull it back out, I just give it a quick little shake like that and bang, it's untangled, man. This thing will not tangle in any way, which you would expect from Monster, being Monster Cable. They know how to make cables, man. And this is a great, great quality cable. They really don't get any better than this. Here's your plug that you plug into the device, your 3.5mm jack. This is a bit of a proprietary jack. It'll only work with these headphones. I like to plug them into the left side. I don't know why. Probably because I carry my device that I listen to music to on the left, in my left pocket, so I just like it on the same side. But you can plug it into the right side too, if you like. Either way works just fine. So you can take this, and there are two little red tabs, one there and one here on the jack, and you simply take that, plug it in, which I seem to be having a little difficulty doing right now, plug it in, line up the tabs, and then give it a little bit of a turn, and that locks it in place, so it's not going to come out on you. If you happen to catch your cable tangled or caught on something and you break the cable, it's nice to have replaceable cables. You just need to, contact Beats by Dre or contact Monster, and they'll hook you up with a new cable. I have even heard a couple instances with people with the studios who got their cables replaced for free. Monster just sent them out a new one. I don't know if that's their standard policy or not. I have had no issues with my studio's cable, but, Monster's great for customer service, so, it wouldn't surprise me at all if they hooked you up. There's no microphone on these particular cables, so, you won't be able to make calls or, no clicker or anything like that. However, the Studios Edition cable, the iSonic Talk cable that comes with the Studios, with your clicker, doesn't have volume control, but it does have your clicker, as well as the Control Talk cable that comes with the Solo HDs. Both of those, I don't have that one right here with me, but both of those will work just fine with these. You can go ahead and plug that in, and you are good to go. As well as the clicker and the volume control, both work just fine. So, if you want to use your Studios cable with these, you can go ahead and plug that in. You'll have your microphone, so on and so forth, and they work just fine. So it's nice to have, compatibility with your other headphones. Knowing that you can use your other cables and so on and so forth. And if you need a mic, well, you can toss your Control Talk cable or your iSonic Talk cable in, and it'll work just fine, including volume control with the Control Talk with the Solo HDs. It works great too. The volume control works. All that stuff works. Cool beans. So the other cool thing about where you plug in the cables is when you plug this one in one side, the other side automatically becomes a line out. So if you happen to be in a car or something like that, and you want to share your music with someone else, they can simply plug their headphones into the other side, and you can both listen to the same music from the same device. So that works with either side you have it plugged in too. If you have it plugged in the left side, the right side becomes a line out. If you have it plugged in the right side, the left side becomes a line out. Really neat feature that Beats built in there, and very, very cool for sharing your music with someone else when you're on a trip or something. Very handy little feature. I don't see myself using it a lot, but it is a really cool feature that I think a lot of people might really use. So let's move on to the durability, the construction and the durability of these things. How well are these things built? Well, these things are all metal, guys. I mean, they are built like tanks. As such, they are a little bit heavy. I'd say they come in probably around a pound-ish. I'm not really sure. I didn't weigh them or anything, but they are fairly heavy, which isn't really a big issue when you're wearing them because they are super, super comfortable. You have these really well-padded ear cups here, which use the same leatherette type material as the Studios do, and they sit on your ears and they're really nice and super soft. And the top headband here is ridiculously soft. It is super well padded, really, really soft. I don't see you having any issues with comfort wearing these guys. I wore these for 2-3 hours at a time. I didn't experience any discomfort whatsoever. So, metal construction, really well padded cups. I feel like I could take these things, toss them across the room, and not really worry about them. These things are very, very durable. You shouldn't have an issue with durability with these. So let's move on to sound quality. How do these things sound, man? Are they worth the upgrade over the Studios? Well, let's see here. We'll start with the bass. The bass, I would say, is deeper and more powerful than the Studios, which you would expect, being that they have, larger drivers. They're bigger. Drivers are bigger, so the bass is deeper and a bit more powerful, which is really, really nice. I'm hearing some lows on these that I've never even heard on my Studios. Pretty incredible bass on these guys. If you like bass, you will love these headphones. It doesn't come at the expense of the mids and highs, though. The mids are very, very good. Definitely better than the Studios. They went ahead. My only issue with the Studios was the mids were, could have been a little bit richer and a little bit warmer, But they definitely improved that with these. The mids, and in some genres of music, mostly rock songs and stuff like that, and not even every song, just the occasional song, you will notice that sometimes the bass tends to overpower the mids just a little bit. But it's not bad. Most people probably aren't really going to notice. I wouldn't really consider myself an audiophile, but I do listen to a lot of music, and 2-3 hours a day. And I love music. I don't get all technical and geeky about it like an audiophile does, but I love music. Okay, so moving on to the highs, the trebles on these. Very, very nice. Really crystal clear, crisp, amazing trebles and amazing highs on these. Absolutely amazing. I didn't think they could do much better trebles than they did on the Studios, but they did it anyway. Overall sound quality with these compared to the Studios is definitely better, including the instrument separation. They also went ahead and they improved the instrument separation on these a little bit too. And what instrument separation is, if you're not familiar with the term, is the ability to hear each individual instrument in your music. They don't kind of blur together. You can hear each individual instrument playing on top of each other. They don't really blur together. That's instrument separation. And very much improved on the Beats Pros. One of the first things I noticed right away was the instrument separation was definitely better. So overall sound quality is excellent, and I would say at the $400 price point, it is what it should be. These actually could be used as an entry-level, studio pair of headphones if you really wanted to. There are some pairs of studio headphones that will run you $1,000 to $1,500 for professional use, but I would say you could definitely go ahead and use these as entry-level, studio headphones. These are perfect for DJs, or music aficionados. Say if you have the $400 to drop on these guys, I would definitely recommend them. These are a great pair of headphones. I'm really, really happy with them, and I wouldn't have a problem dropping $400 on them. So that's pretty much going to do it, guys, for my review. The only other thing I really wanted to mention was because these have larger drivers, they require a little bit more power
to use because they don't use batteries. That was another question I got a lot, was do these require batteries? No. These are passive noise isolation and do not require batteries. Having said that, the noise isolation on them is quite good. I didn't really have a problem with it. They will leak a little bit. I mean, if you're walking around with your music full blast on these things, people are going to hear what you're listening to, but you know, you're also permanently damaging your hearing. I generally don't really play my music at more than 50 to 60, maybe 65% of max volume. And nobody around me could really hear what I was listening to. I'd come in after work and I'd still have music playing, and nobody in the room would be able to tell what I was listening to until I took them off of my head. So, not leaking is another great feature. You can go ahead and wear these, rock your music, play it, at a nice volume, and nobody around you is going to be able to hear what you're listening to. The other thing about, going back to the other thing about power, these definitely do require a little bit more power to use. So you're going to need to use them with a device with a larger battery in it. I tried these with my Nano, and my new 6th generation iPod Nano, which is quite small and has quite a small battery in it. And the sound quality was not the same on the Nano as it was, say, my iPhone, because they just weren't getting enough power. So you're going to need to use these with an iPhone or an iPod Touch or an iPod Classic, something like that. That would be perfect with a larger battery in it rather than the Nano. The Nano just doesn't quite have enough oomph to really power these. So that's pretty much going to do it for my review, guys. I've rambled on for like 12, 13 minutes now. That's pretty much going to do it. If you guys have any other comments, please feel free to leave them right down there in the comment box, and I'll do my best to answer them. I hope this review has answered most of your questions. Thanks again very much to Monster Man Beats by Dre for sending these out to me for review. I really do appreciate it. These are my new favorite pair of over-ear headphones, guys. I am in love with these. I couldn't possibly give these up if I wanted to. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Cool beans. Rock on.